A Texas woman appeared in front of the Senate Committee on the Judiciary and shared her heartbreaking testimony of almost dying due to the extreme abortion law in the state of Texas. Her name is Amanda Zurawski, and she is one of 5 women suing the state of Texas over the heartbeat law that is currently in place. We'll get to a clip of her delivering heartbreaking but also motivating and moving remarks in the Senate. But before, to quickly summarize the context behind her story, Amanda Zurawski was 18 weeks pregnant. Her water broke, which put her at high risk of a life-threatening infection. She had named her baby Willow, and up until that point was fully intending on having Willow, but found out Willow was sure to die. She wasn't able to get an abortion, though, because there was still a heartbeat present. So under Texas's law, that is illegal. So then naturally her condition worsened and she went into septic shock. Thank God she survived, but she could have died and now is at a high risk of not being able to have children in the future. With all that being said, here's her courageously calling out the danger of these right-wing policies.
And I wanted to address my senators, Cruz and Cornyn, who neither of whom regrettably are in the room right now. But I would like for them to know that what happened to me, I think most people in this room would agree, was horrific. But it's a direct result of the policies that they support. I nearly died on their watch. And furthermore, as a result of what happened to me, I may have been robbed of the opportunity to have children in the future. And it's because of the policies that they support. What happened to me was horrible, but I am one of many. And quite frankly, I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I have a husband that could take me to the hospital. I don't have other children that I had to worry about finding health care for. I have a job that was understanding that allowed me to grieve for 3 days as I waited to almost die. What about all of the women that don't have those same opportunities, that don't have access to health care, that don't have health insurance, that don't have a partner? What about them?
She's 100% correct. Factually, she's correct, but also empathetically to understand and call out the ways in which these policies will impact people even more severely than even the horrible experience that she went through. And when I come across a story like this, even though, yes, Cornyn and Cruz are United States senators, so they didn't directly implement the very policy that affected her, but she is pointing out that this is the policy they support. In their dream world, this would be the national policy, and it is the same ideology. And then Abbott is included in what I'm about to say as well, Governor Greg Abbott. Do they feel anything when they see stories like this? Cornyn, Cruz, Abbott, anyone who supports these right-wing abortion policies. Do they feel any reaction at all? Because this is one of the most profound examples of policy mattering. Policy has an impact. It's not just a tool to get political points or something you should make decisions about lightly. When lawmakers implement extreme laws like the one in place here in the state of Texas in regard to abortion, people's lives are impacted, threatened, and sometimes lost. The other question that comes to mind for those same individuals is, when will conservative lawmakers start prioritizing the born over the unborn? It seems like they can have all this empathy in the world for a being that is being created by another being, but not the being doing the creating. People wouldn't have to go through, and didn't have to go through, what Amanda Zurawski did when we trust women and medical professionals to make these decisions. Because clearly when we put the decision into the hands of Greg Abbott, Texas Republicans, etc., we get this. I'll end on this. This is yet another example, as I've been saying on the show constantly, of why voting matters more than we could possibly imagine. Even if you feel like, different leaders, I don't really notice a difference, doesn't impact your daily life, and maybe you'll vote in this next election, maybe you won't. Keep stories like this in mind. This is a fight for basic rights, and I think that should make us all unbelievably passionate to go out and use the basic power we have to vote against this radical right-wing ideology.